for talking to me. If you can, kind of talk to me about how you found yourself at Wyoming. I know you were a pretty accomplished player at junior college, even in high school. But why Wyoming, and how did you find yourself here?
Pretty much, they recruited me at the beginning of the season. I mean, I was talking with A&M, and A&M was recruiting me pretty hard and stuff like that. I was actually planning on going there for a while, and then I guess Wyoming, so they always had my interest because I felt like Coach Tormey was a good guy, and I know Coach Ross, he was a linebackers coach in the NFL, so I felt like that could put me in position where I need to, where I want to be in the future. So things didn't work out with A&M, and then the first thing that automatically came to my head was Wyoming, because I know Wyoming is a pretty good school. They got some pretty good coaches here and stuff like that, and people move on here. So, that was the first school I called. And then once I got up here, once I talked to them, they want me a visit immediately, So I took the visit, and Coach C told me, he said, you basically got a couple of days to figure out what you want to do, because we got a guy behind you that's waiting for you. But he said that you are number one guy that we want. So, so I just took it. I said I'm not finna sit here and wait. I actually called Coach Tormey in the airport before I went home. So.
What did you like about Coach Tormey? What kind of stood out? Getting to know him that you really that really clicked with you.
Coach Tormey, he's real down to earth, and he has experience, coaching as far as football, and I can tell that him and my defensive coordinator that was at Arizona Western, they had a lot of similar methods because of what he was telling me, how they really want their scheme to be ran here. So it's basically like I'm transferring schools, but it's still the same philosophy. So, and Coach Tormey is a good guy. He talked to my sisters and stuff like that. And he know where I come from, so he knows kind of like my background, like how I get down and how I do business. So, Coach Tormey is just pretty much a cool all around dude. And I felt like the same thing about Coach Ross and Coach C and pretty much everybody on the staff. They was kind of laid back. Do your business, we don't have a problem type style as far as handling stuff. So I just had to respect it.
Right. Was it a little disappointing? And certainly, I'm not sure you're not disappointed to be here, but A&M was showing some interest. They were having the type of season they were having, and then that didn't work because their coach is now the head coach at Nevada. Now the guy that was recruiting you, right? Yes. Coach Polian was he the one who was recruiting you?
Yes. Yeah, it's disappointing me. Like, you always want to play in your backyard and have an opportunity to go to a top 10 team in the SEC and be a starter. But at the end of the day, I feel like everything happens for a reason. God puts people in positions, in order to do stuff. Where He wants you. So if He wanted me at A&M, He would have made me at A&M. If not, it is what it is. And then actually, I was talking to Nevada when Coach Polian went to. When Coach Polian went there, because I was supposed to actually go there out of high school, so I was real familiar with the coaches and stuff. But just business wise, it couldn't work out, the time and all that other stuff. They wanted me to stay another semester, and I wasn't really trying to do that. I was trying to hurry and get to where I needed to be, because I had the grades, and it really didn't make sense for me to go back to a junior college and pay money and do all the other stuff. So I was like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and just move on and do what I got to do. I like Wyoming. It's a small town, but it gets the job done. It's D1 ball, gives you opportunity to play early, so I had to take the opportunity.
Sure. I know, Jeff, linebacker's kind of an area of need with this team. They lost a couple of really good ones, Malcolm's brother, Golly, and Corey Jones. I don't know if you got a chance to meet them or anything like that, but there's some holes there. Not, there's some players in the program, but there are some holes. You feel like you can come in, and I know nothing's going to be handed to you, but you can come in and compete for playing time and compete for a starting job. Is that what you have in mind?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's anywhere where I go. I feel like I can compete. But most definitely here, I try my hardest to work out, get better, because I know there's some things in the weight room I have to take care of. Because I really didn't lift weights like anywhere else. So coming here, you got to be able to adjust to having a summer workout program or a spring workout program, getting your body right, get your body in shape, stuff like that. But most definitely, I feel like I can come in and compete.
Right.
I just want to help the team out anyway.
Sure. No, the Winning Edge program started on today, and I've heard a lot from Coach C over the years. They've had this every year he's been here, and I know I've never really seen it, although I know it's not easy. What was that like today? What was that like?
It took everything out of me. The coaches are real hard on me. They made me go back everything, do everything twice. So I probably did Win the Edge twice. So And I threw up at the end, so I mean, I can tell you it ain't no joke. So I mean, you just got to stay focused. I mean, it's more mental than it's physical, though.
Sure.
Being able to just do what they tell you to do, how they want you to do it, and don't hear all the blah blah blah. 'Cause that's really what it's about. It's trying to get you off your game, but you just got to stay. You got to stay focused. But it got me off my game today, and hopefully I can bounce back Thursday and try to get it right. So
Right. Now, you're from Cedar Hill, Texas, is that right?
Yes, sir.
I know Wyoming's got some guys from Texas on the team. Did you know any of them, like Blair or Quest or any of the guys? Were you familiar with any of them or know any of them before you got up here by chance?
I can Cedar Hill, since I'm from Dallas, so
Right.
I'm kind of from the inner city,
Mm-hmm.
and in Cedar Hill, it's Cedar Hill football. We state champions and stuff like that, so we kind of don't really get to hear about schools that's outside
the city area. Gotcha.
So, but I'm pretty sure they was good wherever they came from and stuff like that. But you really don't get to hear about too many players outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
There's so much talent inside Dallas, and you got the newspapers that be telling you about this guy, that guy. So yeah, you really don't get to hear too many people.
I'm just curious. There was a player from Cedar Hill that played here at Wyoming in the late '90s named Adrian Hill. He's a defensive lineman. Again, that was late '90s. It's been a while. I was just curious if you might have known him or heard. I know it's such a big area and stuff, but I was just curious if you might.
Oh no.
No. Okay. No problem.